He told me no man would ever want me, so I became the woman no man could forget. I'm standing in the driveway of the house I used to call home, my suitcase at my feet, my daughter's hand in mine. It's a Tuesday morning in late September, and the air smells like wet leaves and gasoline. My husband, ex-husband, is on his knees in front of me, sobbing so hard his shoulders are shaking. Please, he begs, please don't do this, I'll change, I swear to God I'll change. I look down at him, this man who once made me feel like I was nothing, this man who called me fat, who said I was lazy, who looked at me after I gave birth to his child and told me with disgust in his eyes that no man would ever want me now. And now he's on his knees. I don't say anything, I just pick up my suitcase, guide my daughter to the car and drive away. I don't look back. My name is Diane Carter. I'm 53 years old and I live in a small suburb outside Columbus, Ohio. I'm a mother, a daughter, a woman who spent most of her life trying to be good enough for people who never deserved me. I'm telling you this story today because I need you to understand something. Sometimes the people who hurt you the most are the ones who promised to love you. And sometimes, the only way to save yourself is to walk away from everything you thought you wanted. This is the story of how I lost myself and how I found her again. The beginning, a perfect life unwanted. When I married Greg Carter in the summer of 2002, I thought I was the luckiest woman alive. He was handsome, charming, ambitious. He worked in sales at a regional insurance firm, and I was a third-grade teacher at Maple Ridge Elementary. We had a small wedding at my parents' church, a honeymoon in Myrtle Beach, and a modest two-bedroom house on Chestnut Street. For a while it was good. Then I got pregnant. It wasn't planned, but Greg seemed excited. He talked about names, painted the nursery a soft yellow, told me I was glowing. I believed him. I believed all of it. But something shifted after our daughter, Emma, was born in March of 2004. At first it was small things, comments, little digs disguised as jokes. You gonna lose that baby weight anytime soon. Maybe skip the fries tonight, die. You used to take care of yourself. I laughed them off. I was exhausted. I was nursing. I was working full-time and doing all the night feedings because Greg said he needed his sleep for work. I told myself he was just stressed. But it got worse. The breaking point. It was a Saturday afternoon in July, about 8 months after Emma was born. I was standing in the kitchen, still in my pajamas, stirring a pot of mac and cheese. Emma was napping. The house was a mess. I was a mess. Greg came in from the garage where he'd been working on his truck. He looked at me, and I'll never forget the expression on his face. Disgust. Jesus, Diane, he said, shaking his head. Do you even look at yourself anymore? I froze. What? Look at you, he gestured at me like I was something he'd found rotting in the back of the fridge. You're letting yourself go. You're God, you're fat and lazy. You sit around all day and you can't even keep the house clean. I felt my throat close up. I'm taking care of our daughter. I'm exhausted. Every woman has a baby, Diane. Not every woman turns into this. He waved his hand at me. No man would want you now, you know that, right? I stood there, wooden spoon in hand, and I felt something inside me crack. I didn't cry, not then. I just nodded and turned back to the stove. That night, I cried into my pillow for 3 hours. The silent years. For the next 2 years, I lived in a fog. I kept teaching. I kept taking care of Emma. I kept making Greg's dinners and doing his laundry and pretending everything was fine. But inside, I was disappearing. I stopped looking at myself in the mirror. I stopped buying new clothes. I ate standing up in the kitchen after everyone else had finished, shoving down whatever was left on the stove. I gained more weight. Greg stopped touching me. He stopped talking to me except to criticize. And then in the fall of 2006, something happened. I was at Target buying diapers and laundry detergent when I ran into an old friend from college. Her name was Vanessa. She looked amazing, fit, confident, glowing. Diane, she said, and her face lit up. Oh my God, how are you? I mumbled something about being fine. She asked if I wanted to grab coffee. I said yes, even though I didn't know why. We sat in the Starbucks inside Target and she told me about her life. She'd gotten divorced 2 years earlier. Her ex had been controlling, verbally abusive. She'd left him, started going to therapy, joined a gym. She'd rebuilt her whole life. I didn't even recognize myself anymore, she said. And one day I just decided I was done. I was done being small. I was done letting someone else decide what I was worth. I sat there holding my lukewarm latte, and I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Anger. The decision. That night after I put Emma to bed, I stood in front of the bathroom mirror and I really looked at myself. I saw a woman I didn't recognize, a woman who had disappeared under layers of exhaustion and shame and silence. And I thought, enough. I didn't tell Greg what I was doing. I didn't tell anyone. I started small. I started walking, just around the block at first while Emma napped on weekends, then longer. Then I joined a gym with childcare. I started lifting weights. I started eating real meals, tracking my calories, drinking water. I didn't do it to please Greg. I didn't do it to get him back. I did it because I wanted to remember what it felt like to be strong. The transformation. It took time, months, a year, then two. By the summer of 2008, I had lost 60 pounds. I was stronger than I'd ever been. I looked in the mirror and I saw someone I was proud of. But more than that, I felt different. I felt like I could breathe again. Greg noticed, of course he noticed. At first he was weird about it, dismissive. Don't overdo it, he'd say. You don't want to look too muscular, men don't like that. But then as I kept going, as I kept getting stronger and more confident, he changed. He started complimenting me, touching me again, telling me I looked good. And I felt nothing. I looked at him and I realized, I don't love you anymore. The college fund betrayal. But I wasn't ready to leave, not yet. I was still scared. Scared of being alone, scared of disrupting Emma's life, scared of what people would say. And then in October of 2008, I found out about the money. I was cleaning out the office, looking for Emma's birth certificate, when I found a folder tucked in the back of Greg's filing cabinet. Inside were bank statements, statements for an account I didn't know existed. An account that had been emptied. $53,000, gone. That was the college fund. The money my parents had given us when Emma was born, the money we were supposed to be saving for her future. I sat on the floor of that office, staring at those statements, and I felt like I was going to throw up. I confronted him that night. Where's the money, Greg? He barely looked up from the TV. What money? The college fund, Emma's college fund, it's gone. He shrugged. I needed it. You needed it. I made some investments. They didn't pan out. I'll make it back. You stole from our daughter. He finally looked at me and his face was cold. It's my money, Diane. I earned it. I can do what I want with it. That's when I knew. I wasn't married to a partner. I was married to a parasite. The family betrayal. I called my mother the next day. I needed support. I needed someone to tell me I wasn't crazy. But when I told her what Greg had done, she sighed. Diane, honey, marriage is hard. Men make mistakes. You can't just give up every time things get tough. Mom, he stole $50,000. He didn't steal it. It was his money too. You're overreacting. I felt my stomach drop. Are you serious? I'm just saying you need to think about Emma. She needs her father. You need to work this out. I hung up. I called my sister, Lauren. She was younger, prettier, the golden child. Mom had always liked her better. She'd paid for Lauren's master's degree, helped her buy her first house. I thought maybe just this once she'd be on my side. I mean, yeah, that sucks, Lauren said. But honestly, Di, you've been kind of difficult lately. Maybe Greg's just stressed. He called me fat. He told me no man would want me. Well, I mean, you did gain a lot of weight. I'm just being honest. I hung up on her too. And that's when I realized I was completely alone. The plan. I didn't leave right away. I couldn't. I needed time. I needed money. I needed a plan. So I became a ghost in my own house. I stopped arguing with Greg. I stopped trying to make him see me. I just existed. And quietly I started preparing. I opened my own bank account. I started saving every penny I could. I looked into apartments. I talked to a lawyer. I did it all in secret, while Greg thought everything was fine. And then, in March of 2009, I told him I wanted a divorce. The begging. That's when he fell apart. What? No, Diane, you can't. I already filed. Why? What did I do? I stared at him. You really don't know. I'll change, I swear. I'll go to therapy. I'll do whatever you want. Please, please don't do this. I looked at this man who had spent years tearing me down, and I felt pity. But not enough to stay. I'm done, Greg. The driveway scene full circle. Which brings us back to that Tuesday morning. September 15th, 2009. Greg on his knees in the driveway, begging. Me standing over him, suitcase in hand, Emma beside me. I got in the car, I drove to my new apartment, I started my new life. And I never looked back. The aftermath. The divorce was ugly. Greg fought me on everything, but I had documentation. I had proof of the missing money, the verbal abuse, everything. In the end, I got full custody of Emma. I got half the house. I got child support. Greg spiraled. He lost his job, started drinking. His family blamed me. My mother called me selfish. My sister stopped talking to me. But you know what? I was free. Years later. It's 2024 now. I'm 53. Emma is 20. She's in college, a college I paid for with money I saved. She knows what her father did. She knows what I went through. And she tells me all the time that I'm her hero. Greg reached out last year. He's remarried, apparently. He wanted to make amends. I didn't respond. Some people don't deserve your forgiveness. Emotional outro. If you're watching this, and you're in a relationship where someone makes you feel small, where someone tears you down and makes you believe you're not enough, please hear me. You are enough. You were always enough. And the person who can't see that, they're the one who's broken, not you. Leaving isn't easy. It's terrifying, it's lonely. There will be people who don't understand, people who judge you, people who tell you you're making a mistake. But I promise you this, on the other side of that fear is a version of yourself you forgot existed. A version who is strong and whole and worthy. I found her. And you can too. You don't owe anyone your smallness, not your partner, not your family, not even yourself. Take up space, be loud, be strong, be the woman you were always meant to be. Because you deserve a life where you're not just surviving. You deserve a life where you're thriving. And it starts the moment you decide you're done settling for less. I'm Diane Carter. And I walked away from the man who destroyed me and became the woman he could never forget.